It all began when HOA Karen, in yet another reckless display of entitlement, pulled down my satellite dish, claiming it was somehow a violation of HOA rules. What she did not realize was that this dish provided the only signal for local police cameras and emergency communications, a critical link for public safety in the area. Her audacious interference would immediately trigger consequences she could never have anticipated, leaving her exposed, humiliated, and facing serious legal ramifications. From the moment the dish was sabotaged, every detail was meticulously documented. Security cameras captured Karen and her accomplices sneaking onto my property, dismantling the satellite, and attempting to conceal their actions. Audio recordings preserved their conversations, including their disbelief at how the dish functioned and the urgency to remove it at all costs. Historical records of Karen's repeated harassment, trespass, and reckless interference were compiled into a comprehensive dossier. Karen assumed fear, ignorance, or compliance would allow her actions to succeed. But she was about to discover that audacity without understanding the stakes is a recipe for disaster. When law enforcement was alerted, the gravity of the situation quickly became clear. The local police relied on the satellite feed for real-time camera monitoring and coordination. Karen's audacious act of sabotage not only endangered law enforcement operations, but also violated multiple federal and state regulations. Officers immediately identified her actions as illegal interference with critical infrastructure. Her audacious attempt to intimidate and assert control became immediate evidence of recklessness, entitlement, and criminal liability. Karen, refusing to accept responsibility, attempted to escalate the situation by calling neighbors, HOA members, and the local media. She claimed her actions were justified under the guise of community oversight and attempted to paint herself as a concerned resident. Every claim collapsed under scrutiny. Security footage, police records, and technical evidence from the satellite provider confirmed her trespass, sabotage, and reckless interference. Her audacious behavior, intended to coerce and intimidate, became permanent documentation of incompetence, recklessness, and unlawful audacity. Within hours, she faced public exposure, fines, and potential criminal prosecution. To prevent future interference, permanent measures were implemented. The satellite was replaced and upgraded with secure installation protocols. Security cameras were reinforced, and warning notices were posted clearly stating that tampering with critical infrastructure is a serious criminal offense. Karen's ability to manipulate, intimidate, or assert authority without legal standing was permanently neutralized. Every audacious act she attempted became documented evidence of incompetence and entitlement gone catastrophically wrong. The community quickly became aware of the incident. Karen's repeated audacious attempts to interfere, manipulate, and assert authority without legal or practical standing were publicly exposed. Observers immediately recognized the principle. Audacity without preparation, lawful authority, or strategic foresight inevitably fails when confronted with evidence, law, and operational reality. Karen had assumed fear, ignorance, or compliance would follow her actions. Instead, she discovered that reckless interference meets immediate, unavoidable, and humiliating consequences. In the days following the incident, calm returned to the property. Karen's audacity had been decisively neutralized, leaving her exposed, powerless, and publicly humiliated. The satellite dish remained fully operational, ensuring critical communications for law enforcement and emergency services. Her repeated entitlement, reckless interference, and audacious behavior became a cautionary tale for the entire community. By the end of the week, the ranch was serene, secure, and fully under lawful control. Karen's audacity had been decisively defeated, leaving her exposed, powerless, and permanently shamed. Every observer understood the principle. Attempts to manipulate, intimidate, or assert authority without preparation, legal knowledge, or strategic foresight inevitably backfire. Karen had been exposed, powerless, and permanently humbled, leaving the property safe, fully protected, and entirely under rightful authority.